2023 has been no doubt an amazing year for video games. Every month, heck, even several weeks in a row, we were greeted with some of the most amazing titles to date. We've been reviewing as many games as we could get our hands on all year round here at Game8. And now as the year comes to a close, we thought we could safely round up the top 10 games we reviewed. These games are no doubt worth your time and money. We've ranked our games based on a more objective approach. We look at its story, gameplay, visuals, audio, and its overall value for money, since a game that does all of those things perfectly deserves to stand above the rest. So without further ado, Game8 presents the best of 2023. Party Animals kicks off our list at number 10, bringing the best physics-based PvP crawler for this generation. Party Animals actually tied with several other games, but this had the distinction of being the party game of the year. With hilariously fun gameplay, cute characters, great environments, and excellent sound design, this game will make all your parties and get-togethers even better. The game shines with huge potential for replayability with its countless modes and maps. The game more than succeeds at being what it wants to be, which is to be fun for everyone. We at Game8 were able to play all together and everyone enjoyed the wacky shenanigans we had. You can check out our highlight reel in the info card above. Party Animals is a must-have purchase for anyone looking to have some silly, lighthearted fun, and is best played with several of your friends. Coming at number 9, Star Ocean: The Second Story R is a faithful remake for people to experience the magic of the series once again. With a top-notch story, engaging gameplay, and unique characters, everything blends together to make an amazing game, further improved by the quality of life changes. They were able to modernize one of the beloved classics and turn it into a whole new experience, inherently adding to the replayability of the game, as you would need to play the other character as well to get the full grasp of the story. Having multiple usable party members, each with their own storylines and recruitment processes, allows you to experiment with various party compositions to find that perfect team. This, along with a multitude of side content like post-game dungeons, side missions, among others, easily racks up to more than 100 hours of playtime, making it a very worthwhile game. At number 8, we'll be returning to the town of Bright Falls as Alan Wake 2 makes an amazing comeback after 13 years. Its exceptional graphics, audio elements, and atmosphere grip the player throughout, with its myriad of mysteries that'll keep them guessing what happened to the troubled writer since his last appearance. Alan Wake 2 is deep, creepy, unsettling, and beautiful, but most importantly, it's immersive. It's a surreal, dark experience that's rarely offered by other games, especially in a state that's as polished as this. Aside from the main story, there are a lot of side cases to solve, sparkling your desire to sniff out every nook and cranny for any Easter eggs or plot details, or to just take in the atmosphere this game has. Remedy Entertainment couldn't have made a better sequel to the first Alan Wake in 2010, and you'll be missing out if you don't get it. Number 7 is for the CRPG fans out there, as Baldur's Gate 3 is hands down the best game to have come out of the genre since Disco Elysium. By skillfully blending the essence of Dungeons & Dragons with modern CRPG elements, such as stunning graphics, captivating music, and immersive presentation, this is perhaps the closest thing you can get to a D&D experience in a video game. Baldur's Gate 3 is everything it's cracked up to be and more. A massive story, engrossing adventure, and dozens of hours of content. There's just so many things to do and so many characters to do them with. Even if you're not a CRPG fan, the sheer amount of things you can interact with in Baldur's Gate 3 makes it such a fun game to play. Playing this game for a week straight probably wouldn't even reveal everything it has in store, as some things are in places you wouldn't even think of looking. If you're looking for a D&D style video game, or heck, just a really solid RPG, Baldur's Gate 3 is your best bet. At number 6 on our list, Dungeon 4 puts the master in Dungeon Master. This game has about everything, from the endearing sarcasm that oozes from every line of dialogue, to the goofy but oddly fitting design of every character. Its gameplay effortlessly blends complex strategy with intuitive design to deliver a dungeon-delving experience worth its weight in loot. The gameplay keeps the best parts of Dungeon 4's predecessors, like room zoning and the minion abuse mechanic, while still adding a neat little spin with the inclusion of the new Dwarven faction and lava-themed traps. Even Dungeons 3, which had the greatest overworld experience before this game's release, pales in comparison to the sheer scope of this game. If you're looking for a fun, charming, and endlessly codable RTS, then Dungeons 4 is the game for you. Number 5 brings us an indie game with a focus on story and dialogue. Slay the Princess has astounding surreal horror storytelling, stunningly unnerving hand-drawn visuals, exceptional vocal performances, and excellent use of background music. As a visual novel, it sticks to the genre's identity of simple point-and-click gameplay, but provides countless separate and interwoven branches, all threaded from the simplest choices you make. The game is full of heart and soul that make for an amazingly existential experience. So if you're craving some psychological or cosmological horror, Slay the Princess is well worth the money you'll spend and more. Fourth on our list is a remake worthy of its predecessor. Resident Evil 4 2023 does the best thing any remake can do: capture the spirit of the original while updating it to modern standards. This remake is a mostly faithful adaptation, retaining almost all the iconic characters and gameplay elements, while streamlining the plot and reworking the action for a smoother experience. Without question, the RE4 remake is a great game that you shouldn't miss out on. Aside from its faithfulness to the original, the game also offers a lot of side content for you to unlock and play, especially compared to its 2005 version. From weapons, costumes, figures, and other stuff you can get. With intense gameplay, terrifying set pieces, brilliant sound design, and graphics, this is not just a good remake of a Resident Evil classic, but a great game in general. You would be doing yourself a major disservice by not experiencing this amazing game. Starting off our top 3 is a straight hit of concentrated nostalgia delivered directly to your veins with Super Mario RPG. This game is a true remake among remakes, while implementing small but smart combat updates that streamline an already amazing gameplay loop. This game is absolutely packed with things to do, including a story to get lost in, countless minigames to play, and hours upon hours of boss fight rematches. That's not even factoring the nostalgia you'd be swimming in once you boot up your Switch. Aside from the gameplay and visuals, Super Mario RPG also features a soundtrack that is an impeccable homage to the original game's musical score, featuring remade versions of our favorite tracks. Though the game does not feature any voice acting, it still manages to properly convey the emotion and intensity of each scene, world, and boss fight through its music and updated graphics. This remix certainly had some big shoes to fill, but it filled them and then some. So if you're wondering whether you should pick this game up, yeah, you really should. The Talos Principle 2 is an achievement in creative cohesion. It seamlessly weaves a powerful, thought-provoking narrative with a perfect amount of levity, garnished beautifully with gameplay that's both challenging and rewarding in equal measure, something that even the highest budget games struggle to do. Even without mentioning the game's incredible landscapes and characters, the Talos Principle 2's gameplay and story already ooze with enough appeal to be replayed repeatedly. And since the game allows you to modify your entire experience based on how you respond to those around you, no two runs will ever feel the same. Well, unless you copy every single choice from a previous playthrough. This freedom can manifest irresistible urges to see every ending and to explore every solution to every puzzle, blinding you from everything else. With its spectacularly designed world and incredibly immersive audio design, the Talos Principle 2 deserves nothing less than a standing ovation for its near-perfect delivery. Before we get to our Game of the Year, here are a few games that didn't make it to the list, but were still absolutely worth checking out. Pikmin 4, Final Fantasy 16, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and lastly, Spider-Man 2. Finally on the top of our list is no other than Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. The game had a lot of fan expectations before release, and we're happy to say that Tears of the Kingdom met those expectations and more than exceeded them. Tears of the Kingdom is the perfect sequel to Breath of the Wild, improving a lot of the core mechanics that the first game introduced, like exploration, gameplay, story, and music. This game is an open world masterpiece, so fans of the previous Breath of the Wild would no doubt love Tears of the Kingdom's gameplay and exploration. Fans of other open world games like those of the Elder Scrolls series or Elden Ring would also get their money's worth if they give Tears of the Kingdom a try. Even if you're not a fan of the Zelda series, you're sure to regret sleeping on this game. Tears of the Kingdom is definitely worth your money, as it's chock full of content spanning 3 different world spaces in which you'll spend dozens, if not hundreds of hours playing this game to unlock its many secrets. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom stands out as an absolute essential game to experience this 2023, making it a must-play if you're seeking the premier title of the year. And this was our top 10 games for 2023. From soulful remakes like Mario RPG and Resident Evil 4 to masterpieces like Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we can definitely say that it has definitely been one hell of a year for video games. But hey, we want to hear from you. Did we miss some titles? What's your top 10 list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Till then, this has been Game8 signing off.